Well, I figured I'd talk about my Super Flipper. It's made in 1975, made by Chicago Coin, and it is the first video pinball machine. Now, online it says the first video pinball machine with flippers, so maybe it's the first with flippers. I don't know. But re-stenciled it. Already got a chip right there. But there's the machine. There's the back box. And it has a monitor in it. Right here's a little area right here where you can get to the monitor. And I'll show you back here the back box. Now here's the only spot I didn't paint. I didn't paint the very back of the box. But Chicago Dynamic Industries Incorporated. I'll show you here. This is your main logic board. Now this board here is what actually produces the video signal. And down here is a board that runs your score. It controls a different board. I'll show you later. Here's your power supply. Now I did not rebuild the power supply. I just put an extra capacitor. And fuses, of course. And this is a rectifier board for your lights. Now this is interesting. This displays your score. Now this actually has Nixie tubes, which is what displays your score. It's pretty cool. This is your light driver board, and this here is your sound board. Now there's also and here's another Nixie tube here and a Nixie tube down here. But this also has a now you see I added a few extra wires here. I did that because I put LEDs, a different kind, a strip LEDs in the back glass, and I used that to solder it onto the bus bars. But this, for sound, this also has, let me close this door. For sound, this also has bells. Like the xylophone looking thing on the inside, just like an old pinball machine. And the idea is, it's kind of like Pong. But you want to get, there's a square here, and there is one here and here that appears. And you want to get all of those, and then you get the special. And the playfield changes, and your scoring is different. Your scoring is higher until you finally lose your ball. And when you get those squares, these UFOs light up respectively, and 2 are lit because the demo mode actually caught both of them. And you can see the Nixie tubes. How many plays, balls to play. And one interesting thing about this is the buttons on the side. Depending how hard you press that button, a paddle will appear on the screen when I coin up, and that paddle moves depending how hard you press the button. And another interesting thing is how they made that control. So you'd think that, well, there's probably going to be a potentiometer, right? Well, there's not. There's a light. Let's see if I can get that light. You see that light? Now, let me see if I can press the button. You can't tell from me from down here. But when I press the button, a piece of metal moves this way and this way. And there's a selenium photocell behind that piece of metal. And depending how much light hits the selenium photocell, it changes the resistance of the current going in and out of the selenium photocell. And it acts like a potentiometer, which is kind of nice. You know, it's kind of interesting. Well, let me clean up here. Now I have my credit light turned on. You can't see because I have my light on the phone here. Okay, I'm going to credit up and start the game. Oh, I must not have hit it. I don't know. I'm working on it here. There we go. Okay. Now, when I hit start, now the ball starts bouncing it back and forth on the top of the screen. And I'm going to play this one-handed here. You know what? I'm going to start the game, and I'll hand the phone to my wife here. So I go down here. I pull this just like a regular pinball. And I let go. Now the game is in play. And I can move these flippers. Let's see if I can get the special. It's kind of like Pong on steroids, isn't it? And the sounds, I don't know if you can tell through the phone or not, but it's like bassy. It's like boom. Sounds really cool. Now if you notice, there's the bells. See, I got one of those. I have to get 3 more. This game sounds great for such an early game. Made 1975. I don't know if I said that or not. Now, there's another game. There's another game that copied off of this, and it's called UFO. Look up UFO, and it's a blatant rip-off of this. There's an Italian company. It's called. Oh, I got 2. But yeah, there's an Italian company called, I think, Model Cars or something like that. But when I got this, the ball was just, it was not moving left and right. And so I replaced the 555 timer. It's kind of cool. When you first start the game, if you're really good with your timing on the plunger, you can get the ball to get one of those special squares right off the bat. But it's kind of hard. But once I get this special, if I can, the playfield changes. And then you see flashing squares, and you get those flashing squares, you get even more points. But very interesting game. It's kind of cool how, I don't know if you can tell on the camera, how they silk screened like a scene of like a city. And I don't know what their idea is, but there's like UFOs. And check out the back glass. I'm gonna play for a little bit, and I want you to see the stuff flash. Now, different things will happen. The giant UFO on the bottom, when I get the special, if I get the special, that starts to light up. And depending on which black square I get, so yeah, I got this black square and this black square, so these are lit up. But if I get the top 2, which I'm working on, this and this will light up. And depending what I hit where at the playfield, those different lights will flash. But yeah, so it's very cool, very cool. For 1975, this game is freaking amazing. I wonder what something like this would have cost back in the day in comparison to a real deal pinball. But really interesting how they put a video inside a pinball style cabinet. And it's funny how they recycle some of the old pinball parts, like the beehive plunger holder, and you know what I mean? But so that's one of my favorites. I got it. Actually, if you look at Todd Tuckey's, where was it? Todd Tuckey made a video of this. Allentown?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was.
I think it's 2015.
2015?
I think so.
Well, I got this at the Allentown show in 2015. And Todd Tucky made a video of it saying, oh, look at this, it's in terrible shape. Oh, and here's the demo. You can see the demo. I think I already showed you that. I wasn't able to get the special. But the very next year at Allentown, I seen Todd Tucky, and I actually changed his tire, and he made a video of that. And I showed him the pictures of this after I restored it, and he put that on YouTube. So that's kind of cool. So, what was that, 2016? 2016?
I think so.
Maybe 2016's Todd Tucky's Allentown video. You can see my picture of this. But, yeah, pretty cool. I changed it to 5 balls per game, so I put that 5-ball card. Instructions: insert coin and press credit to reset game. But, yeah, very cool. It's Pong on steroids.